This is Andy with QualityStocks. Today's Thursday, May 27th, 2010, and we're going to take a look at Viking Systems, NASDAQ Bulletin Board stock, trading our ticker VKNG. Take a quick look at the candles. We'll come back and touch on the triangle that it's in right now. When a stock starts trading, volume slowing down, the trading pattern tightening all up after a big move, you kind of expect to see the lower indicators work themselves into a relatively neutral position. Typically, after a move like that, where it's not giving back all the gains, you'll expect them to be neutral to slightly bullish. And that's kind of what we have going on with these lower indicators. Still holding over zero, the MACD and PPO. ADX coming back down after the big move. We'd like to see this hold 30, but the positive and negative DIs are in a position where they can make a move again pretty easily. The MFIs, as we talk about that big separation, it doesn't like to keep it. The 7, turning pretty quickly and heading back towards the 14 and 21. Accumulation distribution, in a pretty good, uptrend recently over the longer period, maybe 4 months or so. Still holding, an uptrend, which is what you want to see. The taken money flow dipping back down below zero, but it's still pretty neutral, holding right around that area for the last several weeks, as we kind of expect. You can see it can. Like back here, it can turn pretty quickly and get back up, which is what we want to see it move back over zero. Everything just kind of neutral. CCI trending right there around zero. Full still probably leaning towards a downtrend over the last 3 months or so. More recently in a little bit of an uptrend. Tricks, same kind of position. RSIs, again, pretty neutral, but leaning towards the bullish side, holding over 50. The thing I see here is this triangle right in through there. This is what we want to see. This is what we're focused on. We want to see it break out of this triangle. 118,000 in volume is not that great, but as you can tell, when it makes a larger move, it can pick back up. This is, kind of blends in, but you can see that's probably between 6-7 million shares. 3 million shares in through here. When it goes to make a larger move, volume can pick back up. I did a quick look. It has about 35 million shares in the float, so it's not the highest trading stock in the world from a volume standpoint, because the float is moderately low. From a support and resistance standpoint, of course, we're playing the triangle here. But in order to start to make that push, one of the reasons it's struggling is right through here, about 27, 28 cents. It is meeting some resistance from a PPS standpoint. So we want to see that's going to have to fall. Volume will go in order for it to test this trend line. On the support side, it gets support from that lower trend line right here with some PPS support also. It might be able to go just a hair lower. That's right around 23 cents. This might be 22.5 cents before that. It was a nice support level that it fell through. It's moved back above it, so now it's support again once it broke this resistance here. So we're looking for this primarily. The big thing about it is, see the Bollinger Bands are starting to tighten back up a little bit. We're going to look for this to make a move and push through this. If it drops, first and foremost, the trend line, of course, will be broken. It might pick up. If it falls through, I wouldn't be that surprised if it doesn't come back down here and test, 19 cents, 20 cents. It was 19 cents, back here. So possibly if it does fall through the bottom side, I'd probably look for some support right in through this area, or even maybe a hair lower. That could be a possible entry point if this falls to the south side. More support there, about 18 cents. That's where I'd go with this, but right now I'm looking for this primarily with this little rounded bottom it's got going on right here to test this resistance and try and take out that trend line. That's what I'm looking for. This is Andy with QualityStocks. Take a look at VKNG.